first winning bonus point, but still got a fair old set piece battle. Pretty happy with that?
Yeah, they challenged us, didn't they? We knew they would. They're a good side. There's plenty of good things to like about our performance out there today, and there'll be plenty that we'll review and need to work on from one week to the next. So it was pleasing. 5 points. Again, our schedule got changed, probably for our benefit, really. But happy overall.
Fair old starting there, but Lonners.
Yeah, Lonners was good. Kicked well. He's a quality goal kicker, and it's something that is, it's a real string to his bow. So I thought he played well, directed us around nicely. Noah was the same. Thought we were really clinical early on. Got to 14-0, and then just possession and territory was in their favour. Defended well. Conceded our first maul try in 2 years, which we won't be happy about. But that's we'll sort that out.
And how much momentum does that give you going into what's traditionally the biggest game of your season next week?
Yeah, I think we're building momentum nicely. We've had a few days off and reset, knowing we've got an important 6-week block ahead of us, and today was the first game within that block. So, nice to have a slightly longer turnaround. It was pretty physical out there for the boys, and good to get extra couple of days and just get some time to spend with family again before we get stuck into it on Monday and prepare for the old enemy.
What did you make of Brumbies' performance today?
Very good. I thought he was excellent against the Chiefs. Just a smart footballer. He brings an on-ball presence. I think what's really underrated is his attacking game. He's one of those guys who pops up in the right areas, and he played well.
Can I ask something of Gavin, who's I don't know what the captain is? They've got some handicaps too. Obviously, they're staying in their job.
Yeah.
And they're not playing next year. Can you give a comment about that?
Oh, yeah.
Their efforts.
Yeah, outstanding. I thought they were really good. I think their coaching staff have done a really good job. It's tough circumstances for them. I think they're throwing together. They had 2 or 3 weeks of training before round one. Won that game. They've had a couple of tough weeks, but even in those games that they've lost, they've been in them. Like last week against the Hurricanes, it was at half time. It was a pretty even ball game there. So we acknowledged what they're going through at the start of the week. We've had to make some changes, but the Sunwolves, it's been a difficult couple of weeks, and that looks like it's going to continue.
Allan, have a bit of fun out there?
Yeah, it was good. It was one of those games that just gave us opportunity for the ball around. It's something great for us to build off heading into a tough game next week.
Expecting a bit of a response from Joey now after that performance from Ryan?
Yeah, I think we are. But I think the competition there for the Nine has always been, it's always been heavily contested for. We also have Isaac Fines that is knocking on the door for opportunity there as well. But it's great that we have depth in that 9 jersey, and just be looking forward to see what Dan does heading into next week.
Allan, the coach referred to Loris as the old enemy. Is that the game you're looking most forward to almost this season, and you're already looking forward to it?
Yeah, it's definitely a game where you mark the calendar for, and all the past players that I think for both teams are excited for. Everyone will be tuning in for that game, and I think most importantly for us, we get a good 2 days off now, and we get to reset and make sure that we prepare really well for what we know is going to be a tough encounter.
Dan, how would you rate your depth as opposed to the last couple of years? Obviously, a few obvious departed at the start of the year, but we've brought in some guys that perhaps maybe not a bit ahead of schedule.
Yeah, I think so. I think we've just got, in particular in the forwards, you look at the guys like Murray, Douglas, Caden Neville, Will Miller, Tommy Cusack. McCaffrey's a bit crook, so we didn't risk him today. And then Jerome Brown hasn't played a game yet. He'll be back, and hopefully we'll get some time with his club next week. The wingers, the outside backs, and obviously our young 10s have all stood up. So, I think the guys are just doing their job well. You know what I mean? Tony Pulu got his first opportunity today and did his job well. Scored a good try before he tweaked his shoulder there. There's genuine competition. Andy Muirhead was probably one of our best against the Chiefs. He was rotated out this week. Took it on the chin. Understand that's how it is, and he'll push for selection next week against the Tars. So you've got to have depth across the board in this competition. The best teams are showing that. Crusaders have obviously, they're 2 or 3 All Blacks deep in the past. So we're pleased. We've got a good group of footballers. We've got confidence in every one of them. I don't think it's. I've not even had a chance to chat to the medical staff, and just shook TP's hand and said well done. So I couldn't give you an answer on that at the moment.
Alan, it's still early in the competition. How do you find this year the referees from company to company? Are they consistent?
I'd say they are. I mean, I think this is the first time for me that I have a lot of involvement with the referees.
What do you think?
I'll let Al finish what he's saying first. And then.
Well, that's. I think for me, I'm still learning how to approach the referee and how they manage the game. So I probably haven't really had a thought into if they're being consistent on their job. We kind of just take it game by game, and and I kind of forget what happened. For the last game with the refereeing, so I couldn't really.
Well, one earlier to the Argentine referee over there, that wasn't really that confident.
Which one was that?
Not your game.
Oh yeah, no, we won't worry about that. But I think it's he's Federico's a young up and coming referee from Argentina. I think what you find is South Africans will ref slightly different to New Zealand referees, Australian referees, and he's different again. He doesn't blow the pea out of the whistle. He just lets the game flow, and sometimes that works in your favour, and sometimes it doesn't. But they've got a tough job.
You've got to cope with the differences.
You do, and we do our research on them from one week to the next. And look, we don't spend an hour talking about them to the players, but we go through what the key points are around each referee. And I think Al and the leaders are doing a great job. I think the last couple of years, our respect that we've shown for referees has improved significantly.
Yeah, and I know you said you don't know what TP or how bad it is, but considering his history, how much you hope that it's not something that sets him back again?
Yeah, I mean, hoping that it's only minor. Roddy was going to be coming on around that 50-minute mark anyway, so hopefully it's nothing major.
I know you mentioned Brian earlier as well. What impressed you about his performance today? And does that goal kicking ability become a factor in your selection?
Oh, it does, yeah. Like with any selection, when it's tight, and Loners has done a really good job for us off the bench in that 20 to 25-minute mark, closing out games, and his clearance game, his kicking game are very good. His goal kicking is outstanding. But then Joey Powell's been very good as well. And Al touched on Isaac Fines. He's a superb footballer who again has another point of difference. He's a real running threat. So. As we spoke about before, we've got depth in most positions, and certainly the 3 halfbacks are challenging each other. Great for Loners today to get his first start and perform well.
Dan Walters again tonight, what kind of a different outfit have you seen from the Tars this year?
I think they're a team that are going to play with width. There's certainly they'll attack from one side of the field to the next. They start to find their groove. Against the Lions, it's always difficult with new coaching staff and that sort of thing initially, but I think they're starting to click there nicely. We probably went through similar challenges when in 2018 early on, you know what I mean? So they were very good against the Lions last week. They've still, whilst they've lost a few players, they've got Wallabies across the board there, Beale, Hooper, and I thought those players really stood up for them last week in a game that they needed to. So, it's the Brumbies versus the Tars. They'll be up for it, and so will we.
Do you remember the last goal try you conceded?
When was it? I don't know.
It
Actually,
was a few years though.
that was a couple of years. We didn't concede one last year. So that's
And just on what is that plan to get Brian a few starts now? Or?
I'll review it and see where I get to. I can't give you the team. I know it's your last day today, mate, but I can't give you the side for next week. I don't know what it is yet.
Do you guys come across a couple of hours with a beer in hand and watch the game?
On the hill, I just saw the family and the kids on the hill, so grab one of Wollongong's finest and enjoy it. and kick back and be a fan. Watch a good game of rugby. Tars and Chiefs will be a cracker.